Imagine this, one of the most dominant fighters in MMA history, Jon "Bones" Jones, standing under the bright lights of the MTV Video Music Awards, not celebrating music, but sending a message to the UFC. A message that says, "I'm ready. I'm serious. I want that fight." Despite UFC President Dana White labeling him as unreliable, Jones isn't backing down. In fact, he's doubling down on his commitment to prove that he deserves a spot at the UFC White House event. Jones, 38, has had a roller coaster year. After a short-lived 3-day retirement earlier in 2025, he relinquished his UFC heavyweight championship, making way for Tom Aspinall to become the undisputed title holder. Many expected Jones to quietly step back, perhaps focus on training, or even consider retirement for good. But Bones had other plans. He made it clear that he's not done. He's training hard, staying disciplined, and aiming to show the UFC boss exactly how serious he is. And here's the hook. This isn't just about physical readiness. Jones knows the mental game is equally important. Dana White has a reputation for being stubborn once he makes a public statement. Convincing him isn't just a matter of being in peak physical condition. It's about showing commitment, consistency, and professionalism over time. Jones is aware of the challenge, and he's embracing it fully. Speaking to USA Today Sports at the VMAs, Jones said, "I don't know what's going to happen. I'm definitely training constantly for the opportunity. My goal is to show Dana how serious I am about being on the event, and I hope he chooses me. But ultimately, it's in his hands. He's the boss." These words capture the tension, the determination, and the uncertainty surrounding one of MMA's most controversial figures. Let's rewind for a moment. Jones' career has been a mix of brilliance and controversy. He's considered one of the greatest fighters of all time, dominating both the light heavyweight and heavyweight divisions with unmatched skill, agility, and fight IQ. Yet, off the octagon, his journey has been turbulent. Suspensions, legal issues, and sudden retirements have at times overshadowed his achievements. That's why Dana White's skepticism isn't surprising. To White, reliability is as crucial as talent when it comes to marquee events like the UFC White House fight. But here's the twist. Jones isn't letting past mistakes define his future. He's embracing a rigorous training schedule, ensuring that he's ready physically, mentally, and emotionally. And while he knows that White has final say, his presence at high-profile events like the VMAs signals a desire to remain relevant, visible, and committed. It's a strategic move, one that shows he's serious about making a comeback on his own terms. Now, consider the stakes. The UFC White House event isn't just another fight card. It's a marquee event, symbolically tied to the nation's capital and intended to capture massive attention. Being part of it is not just about a paycheck. It's about legacy, visibility, and cementing one's status in MMA history. For Jones, participating in this fight could redefine his narrative, shifting the focus from past controversies to present determination. And let's not underestimate the challenge. Convincing Dana White is no small feat. White has publicly labeled Jones as unreliable, and history shows that once White takes a stance, it's difficult to reverse. Jones is walking a tightrope. Every action, every public appearance, and every training update must reinforce his commitment and professionalism. He's essentially in a 9-month audition for trust, a chance to prove that he deserves the spotlight and the opportunity to fight at the highest level. Here's another hook. Even amid uncertainty, Jones remains optimistic. He sees his presence at the VMAs as more than just attending an award show. It's part of the performance. It's an opportunity to showcase discipline, dedication, and commitment to fans, the UFC, and Dana White. By being visible, he's not just staying relevant. He's creating a narrative of redemption and determination. The fight landscape is equally compelling. Jones has dominated multiple weight classes, holding both the light heavyweight and heavyweight titles, and he knows that entering the White House event is not just a personal goal. It's a chance to remind the world why he's considered one of the greatest fighters ever. But this time, he's balancing legacy with diplomacy, aiming to rebuild trust while preparing for peak performance. And the timing is crucial. The expected date for the UFC White House event is roughly 9 months away. This window isn't just time to train physically. It's time to demonstrate reliability, commitment, and professionalism. Every day counts. Every training session is a message, not just to himself, but to Dana White and the UFC leadership. Consistency here isn't optional, it's mandatory. Jones' message is clear, he's committed to the grind. He's not just preparing to show up, he's preparing to dominate, to remind fans and critics alike why he's one of the most feared and respected fighters in MMA history. It's about timing, preparation, and strategy, all while navigating the complexities of public perception and organizational trust. And now, think about the fan perspective. MMA fans are invested in Jones' journey, not just as a fighter, but as a human being navigating challenges, controversies, and comebacks. The narrative of redemption, resilience, and unwavering dedication is compelling, and Jones knows it. His transparency about training, motivation, and focus allows fans to connect, support, and anticipate what could be one of the most talked about fight cards in recent memory. Here's another hook. The stakes for Jones are immense. Beyond personal achievement, this fight is a chance to influence legacy, redefine his career, and potentially silence critics. The UFC White House event is more than a fight. It's a platform, a stage, and a proving ground. For Jones, showing Dana White that he's serious isn't just about a single fight. It's about reclaiming credibility, trust, and honor within the sport he's dominated for years. As he continues training, attending public events, and maintaining visibility, Jones is effectively auditioning in real time. Every public statement, every glimpse of his preparation, and every interaction with media and fans contributes to the narrative he's crafting. A narrative of seriousness, readiness, and commitment. And finally, consider the broader implications. Jones' success in landing the White House fight could inspire other athletes with tumultuous careers to show that determination, discipline, and persistence can overcome skepticism. It's a story about second chances, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of goals despite obstacles. In conclusion, Jon Jones is at a pivotal moment in his career. He's not just training for a fight, he's training to prove trustworthiness, rebuild relationships, and cement his legacy. The UFC White House event is the opportunity, Dana White is the gatekeeper, and Jones is prepared to show without question how serious he is. The world is watching, the fans are waiting, and the octagon is ready for one of the greatest comebacks in MMA history.